Good afternoon. Today's our subject is operation research and the topic is transportation problems. The objective of transportation problem. After studying this lesson, you should be able to know the formulation of a transportation problem, determine basic feasible solution using various methods, understand the Modi stepping stone method for a cost minimization, make unbalanced transportation problem into balanced one using appropriate method, and solve degenerate problem, formulate and solve shipment problem, describe suitable method for maximizing the objective function instead of minimizing. So these are the objectives to study the transportation problem. Meaning of transportation problem is, the transportation problem is a special type of linear programming problem where the objective consists in minimizing transportation cost of a given commodity from a number of sources or origin, for example, factory and manufacturing facility, to a number of destinations, for example, warehouse and store. Each source has a limited supply, that is maximum number of products that can be sent from it, while each destination has a demand to be satisfied, that is minimum number of products that need to be shipped into it. The cost of shipping from a source to a destination is directly proportional to a number of units shipped. In transportation problem, there is a special type of linear programming problem, and there is a objective is to minimize the transportation cost and given commodity of a number of sources and origin, and the sources are factory and manufacturing facilities, to the number of destinations, the warehouse and stores. So each source has a limited supply, that is a maximum number of products that can be sent from it, while each destination has demand to be satisfied from the minimum number of products to be shipped to it. So now come to the types of transportation problems. There are two different types of transportation problems based on the initial given information. First one is balanced transportation problem, cases where the total supply is equal to the demand. In balanced transportation problems, there are rows and columns is equals to, if there is a four rows and the 4 columns. So in this case, there are total supply is equals to the total demand. So in case of unbalanced transportation problem, there is a where the total supply is not equal to the total demand. So the supply is equals to 200 and the demand is not equal to 200. This is 150. So in this case, it is known as the unbalanced transportation problem. And in balanced transportation problem, there is a supply is equals to 200 and also demand is equals to 200. So this is known as the balanced and the unbalanced transportation problem. Where the supply is higher than the demand, a dummy destination is introduced in the equation to make it equal to the supply. The excess supply is assumed to go the inventory. On the other hand, when the demand is higher than the supply, a dummy source is introduced in the equation to make it equal to the demand. In these cases, there is usually a penalty cost associated for not fulfilling the demand. So in case of unbalanced transportation problem, if there is not fulfilling the demand and it is not satisfied with the supply, so there is usually a penalty cost associated not fulfilling the demand. Transportation algorithm, the steps of the transportation algorithm are exact parallel to the simplex algorithm. They are, the step number 1 is to determine a starting basic feasible solution using any of the following 3 methods. First method is northwest corner method. Second is least cost method. And the third one is Vogel approximation method. And the step 2 is determine the optimal solution using the following method. Number 1, Modi, the modified distribution method, or UV method. So these are the methods to solve the transportation problem. First is northwest corner method, least cost method, Vogel approximation method, and the Modi method. So we'll start with the very first method, northwest corner method. NWCM. Step 1, to allocate as much as possible to be selected cell and adjust the associated amount of capacity, that is supply, and requirement, that is demand, by subtracting the allocating amount. Step 2, cross out the row and the column with zero supply or demand to indicate that no further assignment can be made in that row and column. If both the row and column become zero simultaneously, cross out one of them only and leave a zero supply or demand in the uncrossed out row column. So this is all about second step. Now come to the third step. If exactly one row and column is left uncrossed out, then stop. Otherwise, move to the cell to the right if a column has just been crossed, or one below if a row has been crossed out. So there are the 3 steps to solve the northwest corner method. Now come to the least cost method. In least cost method, it is also known as the matrix minimum method. In the sense, we look for the row and the column corresponding to which Cij is minimum. This method finds a better initial basic feasible solution by concentrating on the cheapest route instead of starting the allocation with the northwest cell as in the northwest corner method. So we start by allocating as much as possible to the cell with the smallest unit cost. So if there are 2 or more minimum cost, then we should select the row and the column corresponding to be lower numbered rows. If they appear in the same row, we should have to select the lower number column. Then we have to cross out the satisfied row and column and adjust the amount of capacity and requirement accordingly. If both the rows and column is satisfied simultaneously, then only one is crossed out. Then we have to look for the uncrossed out cell with the smallest unit cost and repeat the process until we are left with the end with exactly one uncrossed row and the column. So this is all about the northwest and the least cost method.